Hey people, hey, welcome to the Friday evening stream. Just a bit after 7 p.m. It's a cold night once again. The cold weather has returned. We had a couple of days of nice mild weather, but that didn't last very long. Now we're back to the cold and the wind chill again. I think it's around -3 or 4, but it feels more like -13 or -14 with the wind chill tonight. Hello, Fast Rick. Welcome to the stream. What's up, Leo Chung and Estelle? How you doing? Nadine, Kathleen, Bernadette. Hello. Mr. Adam Zappel, Yarrow Bumblefoot, Warwalker, First Last, Vivian Johnson. Welcome. Hello, Jacques and Tiana and Zach. What's up? Welcome everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Melina, Response Audio. Yvonne Atherton, good evening. Felicity, what is up? I'm doing another cold walk, Felicity. Without cake. No cake to warm me up this time. Hey, Darlene, hello. And Famous Master, welcome. And everyone else that I might have missed. Glad you could all make it. Currently inside right now, preparing myself for the long cold walk here. Hey Tavane, hello. And Funny Dog, William Elliott. Thank you everyone for checking out the stream once again. Joseph, hello to you. Greggy, what's up? And Lucio. Alright, I want to make sure my power bank is fastened good and tight here before I head outside. But oh, a super chat just popped in. Digital Blade, $5 for a hot snack along the way. Thank you. Thank you very, very kindly, Digital Blade. Whoops, we got something covering the lens here. Not sure what it is. There's nothing actually on the lens. That's very odd. There we go. Thank you, Digital Blade. Much appreciated. Enjoy. I'm a hot snack. Well, I guess I won't argue with that. Might be a bit spicy sometimes, though. Just a word of warning. Hey, Jillian, Mr. Majestic, and Jeanette. Welcome, Jeanette. And Rebecca, hello. Shalom. Kyle Walker. Yeah, getting close to Christmas Day. Formless Once Forever. Hello, hello. Pamela, welcome. I'm just inside the Aura here. The podium of the Aura condo. The shops at Aura, right down below there. But I'm going to head out into the yucky cold here. Boo to that. Hey, Donkey, hello. Whoa, and here comes the wind. Didn't have to wait long to get a face full of wind chill there. Greg, hello. And Modano, welcome. Alex Riviera. Alright, I'm just cutting through College Park. Last time I walked around downtown, so this time I'm going to do something a little different. I'll start downtown here, obviously, but I'm going to make my way away from downtown for this stream. For a while, anyway. I might loop back and end up back downtown again near the end. Hello, Dodong. There's the ice skating trail at College Park. It's not too cold for people to be out enjoying a skate. I'm downtown right now, Dodong. I'm just going to be heading away from downtown though as I continue streaming. I'm bundled up as good as can be, I think. My gadgets obviously don't take too well to this, as you might remember from my stream on Sunday with Felicity. The gadgets have a shorter lifespan when you stream in these conditions. Holy cow, it's like an Arctic blast here, man. Sustained gale force winds here as I walk out of College Park. This big open plaza here. As we're walking between tall buildings, right? So we got a wind tunnel going right through there. I walked right through a freezing wind tunnel there. If you want to experience a true wind tunnel, just walk through there right now. My eyes are watering from the wind blowing in them. Hey, Lemon Pledge. Hello, Edmilson, how you doing? And good evening, Cam. Alright, I'm going to go north up Bay. I think I'll go right to the end of Bay Street. And then I'm going to go west. I'm thinking Dupont Street would be a street to walk along tonight. Go west along there for a while. I'm already like... I'm already looking forward to being back home all warm and cozy later on. Modano, $10 for my next karaoke song. I can sing Went away. Stream like the wind. I'll see if I can muster up the old karaoke machine there. Thank you very much, Medano. Much appreciated, Medano. Cheers. What's up, Mats? Yeah, the wind just sucks. There's no other way to say it. It sucks. It ruins everything almost every time. When it's not blowing, it's actually not too bad, you know, just to walk along in the temperature it is right now. But when the wind kicks up, it's ridiculous. Hey, Famous Master. Hello, Marlene. Yeah, imagine I didn't have my wind muff on my phone. You wouldn't be able to hear anything. You wouldn't be able to hear me talk at all. Is that right, George? Yeah, they get it bad north of the city. We don't even have any snow on the ground now in downtown, at least. The last couple of days of mild weather just melted away what little snow we had. Well, maybe when I start walking west, the wind won't be as bad. We'll see. Hello, Ken. How you doing? Chris Mills. Crazy wind also in New York, right? Hey, Arnold. What's up, Arnold? Hey, Neville, you're right. Bay Street, heading north. Let's go to Wellesley. What's up, Jefferson? Yeah, now it's not windy at all. It's calm. Perfectly calm and pleasant right now. For the moment, anyway. I'm sure that'll change in the next minute or so. here we go. Here it comes again. Hey, our Toronto, hello. Doing here? Laid down a whole big new concrete sidewalk section here. Big wide one. Okay, already over 300 viewers. Welcome all. Another shitty weather stream here in Toronto. My last stream though was actually quite pleasant, I have to say. On Wednesday it was mild, it was lovely. No complaints weather-wise about that stream. Hello, Shiro Weirdo. What's up? And hello, Marge. Welcome, Marge. Good to see you, and you must be joking. Hello, also. And Jeff Baloney Ferry. Yeah, good to see you all. Hurricane force winds here. Hey, it's the mini Q person. Hello, Q from the Q Continuum, maybe. She seems a bit underdressed. And Toronto Walker. Alright. Trying to build up a good walking speed here to keep myself nice and warm, you know. Obviously is doing its thing here. Gotta do the sniffing. Hey, Brad Palmer, hello. How far am I walking? I'm not sure. I'm gonna head up to Davenport and that'll take me to Dupont, and then I'll walk along Dupont for a while before I decide I've gone far enough. Then I'll probably loop around and come back towards downtown again at some point. I'm gonna try to make this stream my usual length, around 2.5 hours or so. We'll see though if my phone lasts that long, or my gimbal. Hey Christos, hello. Honka honka burn in love. That's right. When I hear someone honk, they get Elvis. And we got little snowflakes coming down. They've been calling for possible flurries, streamers, making their way down to the city. I don't think we're expecting any major accumulation or anything in the city though. Hello Edison, welcome. Demis7, hello. Yeah, that's what I do. I walk around in terrible weather for hours on end. I'm kind of like a postal delivery person, a mail carrier, I guess, right? Doesn't matter, wind or rain or whatever the case may be. I'll be out here streaming away as we walk past Bono wailing away there. What's up, Range Rover? Big Indigo store. So we got LL Bean here. That's fairly new. And it's against the chat rules, by the way, to shit talk another person in the chat, right? You can't do that sort of thing. That'll get you timed out. You might get your chat removed, or you might get banished to the netherworlds outside the continuum somewhere. Hey, Bestest Times Reborn, hello. It's not that hard just to be respectful while you're in the chat, right? Look at this doofus here. Alright, we're at Bay and Bloor. Alright, Rebecca, lurk away. Me too, Greg, me too. What's up, math doctors? The old Cumberland Terrace. Still alive for now. We thought this was going to be dead and gone by now. A lot of the local walktubers here, we've done videos covering it over and over again, thinking it might be the last chance to do that. But it's still alive. It hasn't died and gone away yet. it's dead. I mean, it's dead inside. It's definitely a dead mall, but it still stands, and you're still allowed to go in and walk around. And Jeanette, $7 for a hot beverage. Thanks, Ken, for doing this live on a freezing Friday evening. I'm awesome. I think you're pretty awesome, Jeanette. Thank you for all the very awesome support, you know, for years now. It is so much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Cheers, Jeanette. Much appreciated. Hello, Marcelo. Getting like Goodfellas vibes from this or something. Do I amuse you? You think I'm funny? Thank you, Danube, also. Another awesome supporter showing up tonight. Appreciate it. Also, enjoy the walk. You'll see me blow away at some point. Hello. Maybe once I get away from the tall buildings here in this part of the city, maybe the wind will be a bit less wind tunnely, you know what I'm saying? Walk through more low-rise area. Hello, Christina. The wind is redonkulous. Very redonkulous. Hello, Levelin. How you doing? I butchered that pronunciation. I need Felicity here to help me with the French words, you know. I think I remember her saying it was like Le Villain or something like that. Alright, we're at the end of Bay Street, so no more Bay Street. This is Davenport Road here now. I'm not sure which way I can cross, if any, here. I'll cross at the first light that lets me. Hey, would-be dude. Alright, this is the one. I'm not being too choosy right now. What's up, crikey? I always like this view looking straight down Bay Street here. Right from where it begins or starts. I'm trying to zoom in, but things don't work too well in the cold. Look at that. The Bay Street Canyon goes all the way down to the lake. Depending on how fast you walk, that could be up to an hour's walk for some people. I do it a bit faster than that, though. Hello, Jada. Welcome. Tom from Chicago. What's up? Chowdhury also. Hello. Yeah, that's right. Chicago is the windy city. I think Toronto can give it a run for its money tonight, though. It's challenging Chicago tonight for windy city status here. But we're moving away from the skyscrapers, so let's see if the wind dies down a bit. Hey, Herb from Winnipeg, how you doing? And Bill Chow. Ah, feels calmer over here at least. Much better. Hey, Carlos. Should I do my stale old joke again tonight? Regarding the temperature? You know the one. Alright, I can't help myself. It's cold. Last time I streamed, no, it wasn't cold last time, it was mild. Or warm even. Hey, Howard Charco. And we got the Flurries coming down now. I wasn't sure if they'd materialize when I wrote the title of the stream, so at least I wasn't lying there. You can see them right. Little Flurries. Hello, Ruben.
19A, southbound towards Union Station.
Well, you're a former Torontonian. Well, welcome back virtually, I guess, as you watch me walk around here. Oh, is that right, Carlos? Yeah, that's awesome band. Talked about many times. All of their albums are just very listenable, you know. They just have that formula for writing good songs. It's all four members, main members. They have a keyboard player they've added, but the original four members all write songs. They all sing. Hey, Toronto's doo-wop music guy. Walking along Davenport Road. We're just crossing Hazelton Avenue. That'll take you down into Yorkville. We're just sort of walking along the northern edges here of Yorkville. Limblifter, yeah, that was another cool band. That song Vaseline, that's a rockin' song. Short power pop. Hello, Ruben. It is quite cold at the valley. With the wind chill, yeah, it's no joke, it's cold. Yeah, I still have my Sloan poster. My apartment doesn't change much over the years. Limblifter, Age of Electric. I think one was a side project from the other, right? Those two bands, they have those brothers in them. Eric's Trip, a lot of those East Coast bands from the 90s, they're all really cool. Jan and Dean, like the little old lady from Pasadena, that Jan and Dean. That's Avenue Road here. Hello, Rob. There's always so much traffic nonsense right at this intersection. I don't know what it is. Avenue Road and Davenport Road. Just people are nuts here when they're driving. Every time I walk past here, there's something. Hey, KLE, how you doing? Or is it KLE? Nash the Slash, I remember him. I saw him live before in my hometown. I saw most of the bands I've mentioned so far live, actually. Rusty, yeah, definitely remember Rusty. Or how about the Doughboys? Remember the Doughboys? Had that song Shine, not to be confused with the Collective Soul song called Shine. I think the Doughboys song is better. Hey Kevin, hello. Hello Faldor Farms, welcome. The hip, yeah, I was never really a huge fan of the hip for one reason or another, but there were a few songs I really liked. I think the 100th Meridian might be my favorite hip song, but I never really latched onto them, you know, for some reason. Oh, good timing, I guess, Gertish. Shadowy Men from the Shadowy Planet, yeah. Iconic, just for the Kids in the Hall theme, right? I don't know if anyone knows any other of their songs, but everyone knows that one. The tower without getting run over by a turning car here. As I mentioned, everyone drives like maniacs around here, so you gotta be careful before you do anything like stand for a second in the middle of an intersection. There it is. Get to the tower. See what I'm talking about? See? Get to the tower. Hey, what's up, Choppy? I bet you all these people driving around couldn't imagine walking around for 2-3 hours in this weather tonight. It's probably unfathomable to them, right? Which member of the Beatles is my favorite? John. I'm easily a John fan or whatever. I like all of them, but Jean is my favorite without question, yeah. Right, we're going to be heading along Dupont here. Right up ahead. Hello, Goodbye. That's your favorite song? That's a Paul song, but I like it. I like all of, I mean, I just love the Beatles, right? I don't favor one songwriter over another. As long as the song is good, I don't care who wrote it or who sang it. Paul wrote a lot of my favorite songs, but also so did John, and George wrote a few also. Can't say that Ringo's songs are any of my favorites, but you know, I like them. Octopus's Garden, mainly. Hello, Annetta. Alright, Dupont Street. Took us 47 minutes to get just to Dupont Street from College Park. Yeah, mainly whoever wrote it sang it. Unless it was a Ringo song, they gave Ringo songs to sing because he didn't write too many songs of his own. And there are a few songs where John and Paul sort of wrote together and they sort of sing together, you know. John will sing one part, Paul will sing another part. They used to do that a lot more in the earlier days. Hey Scott, hello. And Robert. I haven't watched the new Zootopia movie, no. Mark, hello. Evening, Alfred. Yeah, keeping an eye on my phone battery, and it was at 100% right up until a minute ago. It just dipped down to 97. So far so good as far as the phone battery goes. I'm not sure how my gimbal battery is doing though. I can't see the battery level on that one. got snow, we got wind, we got sub-zero temperatures, we got the Toronto December trifecta right here. We just don't have snow on the ground, but you know, can't have everything. At Dupont Station. Spadina Avenue, or is it Spadina up here? Spadina Road. North of Bloor, it's Spadina Road apparently. South of Bloor, it's Spadina Avenue. I don't know if everyone agrees on that, but that's what I heard. You can fight amongst yourselves, I guess, as to the accuracy of that. You can see Casa Loma off in the distance, all with the blue LED lighting, sort of like a mystical apparition over there. Oh wow, Lizzo's far away, in a far off land. The great state of Etobicoke. I think Action Kid, when he came to Toronto the first time, mistakenly pronounced it that way, like Etobicoke. I'm not sure, Nadine, I'm not sure. I don't think I need to stop at a grocery store. A little bit of Christmas cheer here. I do have another Christmas lights video coming up on the channel, because I covered the financial district Christmas lights and the new Christmas windows or holiday windows in my previous video, but I didn't do the north end of downtown, the Bloor Yorkville area and other nearby neighborhoods. So I did that. So that'll be coming up if you enjoy the Christmas lights and that sort of stuff. Queen's Park really did it all this year. All around Queen's Park, they went nuts with the lights. Hello, Carol. On my list also, the Kringlewood. Hoping to get to that before Christmas, obviously. Alright, so we're heading west along Dupont Street. I just wanted to get away from downtown for this stream tonight. Hey, the Ink-Spired Life, hello. Chadwick's. Looks cozy in there. Very cozy. Hey, Annetta, 99-cent super sticker. Thank you very, very, very much. If I can get my pronunciation to work properly here. Thank you very, very much, Annetta. Much appreciated, Annetta. Thank you very, very kindly. Hey, Carl Roth, hello. $369-ish viewers right now. Welcome one and welcome all. Say hi in the chat if you're new. Maybe you haven't never done that before. If you want, you do have to subscribe though in order to join the live chat. That's no biggie. It's free, doesn't hurt. Or you can continue to lurk and subscribe anyway. That's also cool. And hit the notification bell if you do subscribe. So I do these streams a few times a week, and I post a pre-recorded video on all the other days of the week. Do they know they're driving around with their hatch open at the back there? Hey, Leo, $5. Thank you very kindly, Leo Chung. Much appreciated, Leo. Thank you very kindly. And hello, Colleen. We're at Bathurst already. Here's Detroit style pizza. If you're wondering where you can get some of that here in Toronto. There's a bunch of places in town that you can get Detroit style pizza at. I went to one in Leslieville one time with Megan. It was really good. Wind. I just walked past a guy wearing shorts. That's right, he's walking around with shorts on. Just as the wind almost blew me over. But look, there he is. Shorts guy. The unzoom. It's hard to do these things in the cold. There's always one. That's right, Tiana. Yeah, Megan eats pizza. She likes pizza. Yeah, she doesn't eat it very often, but she likes it. When she does eat it, it's sort of like a treat for her to have pizza every once in a while. Whereas for me, it's like a staple. Hey, Retro World, hello. I think I've told this story before, but years ago, like over 5 years ago, I would say, before my channel became, you know, a major part of my life, or even before my channel even existed at all, maybe, I used to walk to work early in the morning, 5 days a week. I'd walk to work at around 6:30 in the morning, and I used to pass this guy who was also walking to work, or I'd see him walking to work at the same time as me, and it didn't matter what the temperature was in the wintertime. It could be one of those days when it's 20 below without the wind chill and like 30 below with the wind chill, which is about as cold as it gets in Toronto, right? But he would just be walking with a t-shirt on and no gloves, no nothing, no hat, just with his jeans, sneakers, and a t-shirt. Every single time I saw him, it didn't matter what the weather conditions were in the wintertime. It didn't matter how cold it was, whether it was snowy, wind chill, you name it. And he had a bald head, completely shaved bald too. So this guy must have been superhuman or something. I don't get it. It blew my mind. I'd see him walking out there in his t-shirt like that every time. And it was obvious he was going to work just like I was. I'd always see him at the same time, same place. I never actually talked to him though. I was just always looking at him with bemusement, like, what in the hell, man? It was a bit mystifying. It was actually a bit mystifying, yeah. He wasn't overly chubby or anything. Hey, Whispering Woods, hello. There are some people who just don't react to the cold, you know, in a very unusual way, in a way that sets them apart from what is regular. I think I saw like one of those science shows about somebody who could be out in the cold and it didn't affect them very much. Maybe he was one of those people. Or he is an X-Men, that's right. I think I have a pretty good tolerance of the cold, but nothing like that guy. What's this? Papa Mio's, the best Italian sandwiches in town. Hey, Shannon Baker, hello. I don't think so, Donkey. He just looked like a pretty run-of-the-mill white guy from what I could see, but you never know. Kind of looked a bit like George Costanza, to be honest, just more bald. If George shaved all of his hair off. Hey, later, crikey. I'm not sure. I never got close enough to his face to see if it was reddish. Anyway, I just never forgot this guy. Every time it's cold, I tend to think of him, you know. Is he out there walking around to this day in his t-shirt, you know? Would I try the polar plunge? I don't know. It's never really been anything I've been wanting to do necessarily, but I'm not going to rule it out or anything. Right, we're at Christie. Hey, Mark Allen Holmes, hello. We're walking to the Galleria. I don't think I'm going to make it quite that far. Almost, though, almost. I'm going to turn at one point up ahead. I think I'll go as far as Dovercourt, maybe. And then I'm going to turn. You could tell where I was, yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd get away from downtown for the stream tonight. I started downtown though. I started at College Park an hour and 11 minutes ago. Can I pick up a marble rye? Shut up, you old bag! That wasn't directed at anyone in the chat. Just a Seinfeld reference. Honka honka burning love. There's a hair on my bobcat. There's a hair on my farina. Hey, rub one out, Rosie. Do I like the coffee cake, as in Drake's coffee cake? That's your big boy. I love banana bread. Hell yeah. I could eat pounds and pounds of that stuff. Yeah, the traffic is just sort of crawling along here. Well, at least now that I'm away from the tall buildings, it is a bit less windy, so that's good. No wind tunnel effect around here. What's my nationality? Well, other than Canadian, I can't really say. I'm just a mutt. I'm a mixture of all sorts of things. My sister did one of those DNA tests. My sister Melissa. Another cozy looking restaurant here. Got a lot of people in there having a nice time. Interesting facts on Dupont. Well, there used to be a lot of factories along here and industry. A lot of it is gone now. It's becoming more of a residential area with all these new mid-rise buildings replacing some of the old derelict industrial buildings. There's a rail corridor that runs just immediately north of Dupont. That's why it was very popular with industry for so long. And there still are some remaining, you know, businesses that make use of the rail corridor along various parts of the street. I think there was an old Model T car factory here on Dupont, like back in the day, 100 years ago or whatever. And it sort of alternates between just houses, like row houses like you see here. These newer condos, mid-rise condos, and then also some commercial storefronts here and there for stretches. It's a bit of a mishmash, you know. It's a bit gritty. Lots of it is gritty looking. It was somewhat industrial in nature. Hey, Billy T. Like, there used to be an old industrial building here that was all derelict and covered with graffiti. And it was torn down, and then they built this mid-rise residential building. If you go on Google Street View and you go back in time to, you know, a few years ago, you can see that old building, what it looked like. It was pretty cool looking, actually. It was kind of a landmark. It sat there for so long. Grit and charm. Yeah, I tend to think those go together. There's good grit and then there's bad grit. I think Toronto has a lot of good grit. When it's bad grit, it sort of becomes blight, I think. And blight is never good. I've always liked this little corner store here too. They go all out with the the stuff they put outside here in front of the store. Toronto doesn't really have blight, thankfully. If you want to see blight, you just go to some nearby American cities just across the border, like Buffalo or Detroit. You'll see lots of blight. I forgot True Grit. Well, listen up, Pilgrim. Alright, we just crossed Ossington. Yeah, like Hamilton and Brantford are two nearby cities that verge on American-style blight a little bit, you know. It doesn't get as bad, though. Alright, I'm going to look for Dovercourt. Should be up ahead here. And we just hit 400 concurrent viewers. Hey, welcome to the stream, everyone. If you're just joining, I'm walking in the stupid cold, the dumb wind. Walking along Dupont, just crossing Delaware Avenue. We're still on Dupont, Rebecca. I'm going to turn off of Dupont though once I get to Dovercourt. We'll walk through Dovercourt Village, a nice little retail strip. It's like a little small townish Main Street sort of looking stretch along part of Dovercourt. It's kind of cute. Hey Brent, hello. Yeah, I can feel the warmth of everyone's computer screens and TV screens coming through my phone. Alright, here we are, Dovercourt. There's another old industrial building here. This one's still being used in one way or another. I'm not exactly sure what goes on in there. Maybe someone does. We're going south. Dovercourt Road. This is kind of a neat street all on its own, really. Has a nice mix of old historic homes, some nice old walk-up apartment buildings, a little retail stretch up ahead, as I mentioned. And further down near Queen, it has the Bodiali's Pizza Place, the famous pizza place. Yeah, it's a nice street from end to end, pretty much. The housing stock is nice. It feels cozy. Got these little apartment buildings here and there. Yeah. Got some Christmas decor. Dun 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 dun. It is cold, yes. It is indeed cold out. I'm all layered up here. So awesome to see over 400 people watching right now. I'm going to walk through Dovercourt Village right up ahead. It just looks like a little small town Main Street just strung along here. Just a teeny cute little commercial strip. Hey, first last. I didn't even know this existed until a couple of years ago. I just sort of stumbled upon it and I was like, oh, I didn't know this was here. Hey, Jillian, hello. And Quad Mods. I got that song stuck in your head. Linus and Lucy, I think that's the name of that one, right? The famous Peanuts song. Got a laundromat. Ooh, I just saw a super pop by. Stewie is in the chat with a $20 super chat. Evening, Ken. Like and subscribe, people. Thank you very much, Stewie. Welcome. And that's right. Do the things. Like, subscribe, share. Do all the things, and much appreciated, Stewie. Thank you so much. Cheers, Stewie. Much appreciated. And Jacques, $5. Thanks for freezing for you. My sort of pleasure, I guess. I don't know if I'd call it my pleasure exactly, but I'm glad to do it. Because the thing about these long walks in the cold is when you get home, your place feels even more cozy than usual, and you're happier than usual to be there once you get back home, right? So it all pays off in the end. And Mark Allen Holmes, $6.99. Thank you very much, Mark Allen Holmes. And Jacques Pilot. Thank you to both of you for the super chats. Much appreciated. I think my nose is running here. This nose under control. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to Dovercourt Village. It's just this little cluster of shops here. It's small, it's cute. Hello, Richard. Colleen, if you would like to send support, there's a little dollar sign down below the chat window. It's not necessary by any means, but it's appreciated. But no worries if you can't get it to work. I'm on Dovercourt Road, Jillian. And we're heading south. I don't know if I qualify as a charity. I'm gonna guess no. Hello, Grady Robinson. Welcome. Kind of quiet here as we walk further south here on Dovercourt. Bloor Street is not too far down. I'm gonna walk along a bit of Bloor and we'll start going back east again. Barrie still has a lot of snow. That's not surprising. Got the snow belt areas up there. I'm not sure about when you have a cell phone, Colleen. I think it's the same as when you're watching on a computer monitor. There should be a little symbol below the chat that says support or something like that. I never watch these streams on my phone. I always watch on my TV. Gust of wind coming out of nowhere here. It was so calm. I was like enjoying the calmness. There's also a link below the at least when you watch on my laptop, in the description of my video, if you click on the title around there, there should be a description that has all the chat rules and that sort of thing, and the date, and it has links to all the gadgets I use, but there's also a link to my PayPal account down in the description. But it's the thought that counts, Colleen. No worries if you can't do it. Look at this building here. Alright, we're almost at Bloor Street. There's a big Value Village right here. Alright, my phone is still at 83%, so pretty good. It's a funky looking building. Richard Holst, $5. This should get you a few root beers. Thank you. Yeah, that could get me 2 big bottles of mug at Freshco. 2 big 2-liter bottles. Thank you very much, Richard. Cheers, Richard. Thanks for keeping me in the root beer. Literally cheers as I raise my glass, right? Alright, we're at Bloor. So we'll say goodbye to Dovercourt Road. We're going east again, or for the first time, I guess. First time going east. Got a large pooch and a small pooch. Hello, Maria. Oh, sorry you're having trouble, Colleen. Fat bastard burrito. Watching from Paraguay. Oh, welcome. Walk-in special. 2 toppings for $9.99, medium. For Red Baron, LAB. Yep. That's what I had last night. Ossington again. Happy holidays, LAB. A beep, a burning love. All right, now I'm going to go down to Harvard Street, I think. Hey, South Coast 888 or T888 699, enjoying the live streaming on a cold, blustery night. Thanks for braving the cold. Have a hot chocolate on you. Happy holidays, Ken. Cheers. Thank you very kindly to you as well, and happy holidays to you and yours. South Coast, thank you very kindly. Cheers to you. Felicity saw McDonald's. Wasn't sure if you were still here. Coming soon, a little mid-rise apartment building here by the looks of it. Replacing this. I'd say that's a good use of this land for sure here. Looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 floors or so. Or 6 floors. Hey, Cane Rack, hello. Yay. This cold sometimes has the effect of making you feel like you have to go pee, you know what I'm saying? That's what's happening right now, even though I went right before I left, just so this wouldn't happen. When it's cold, sometimes it just tends to do that to you. Can I hold it for another 45 minutes or so? We'll see. We'll see. Hey, Pelta, hello. Pick a back alley. I'll see if I can just, you know, hold it. The McDonald's was close, yeah. Alright, I think someone mistakenly said something to someone. I'm sure it wasn't meant as a intentional insult. It was probably just a mistake. We can all forgive and forget. Right? And also you can hold my gimbal, because I don't know what to do with it half the time. I've only had to stop and use the facilities a few times in all the times I've streamed, and I usually end up just putting my gimbal down and muting the sound while I do my thing. And I try not to capture anyone else in the bathroom, obviously, you know. Hey Derek, hello. Alright, so now we're on Harvard Street. I wanted to walk along here just because all the construction that's been going on has finally wrapped up. A little while ago, I just haven't had a chance to come and really check it out. I've been meaning to do that.
It's so much colder in the city.
They did a lot of improvements here on the street. Protected bike lanes, these new parking areas. Yeah, I'm trying not to think about it. Maybe the feeling will go away. Chick Summer, $4.99. Thank you, Chick Summer. Sounds like a very pleasantly warm username, you know, thinking of those days back in July on the beach or something like that. Thank you very kindly for the super chat. Much appreciated, Chick Summer. Yeah, welcome to any new viewers if you are a first-time viewer. You're invited to come and say hi in the chat if you want to do that. Gotta subscribe though, but you know, no biggie to do that, right? Hey, first last, enjoy your 2 weeks off. I think a lot of people are probably about to have some time off, right? All the school kids anyway. I think today was their last day of school for the Christmas break. And a lot of people also getting time off work, so yeah, everybody enjoy. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. What's the best diner? I couldn't really say, you know, what the best diner is. Not really a diner goer. Fran's, yeah, if you think I guess that's sort of a diner. I was thinking more of like a locally owned kind of old school kind of place. Like a mom and pop type place, you know? The Vesta Lunch. I think that place gets talked about quite a bit, right? Hey, Johnny Be Good, hello. I'll definitely try not to do that. Rub one out, Rosie. Against the wind. I'll be peeing against the wind. Hey, Maher, hello. Gales, that place on Eastern Avenue. Is that the Gales you're talking about? Yeah, it's a bit wind chilly for biking, but there's no doubt a lot of people out on their bikes. Maybe not so much right here and right now, but you do see that in Toronto, right? No matter what the weather might be. Hey, Robert, hello. And Giz Schmeckman, hello to you. Alright, we're heading into Harbour Village up ahead a bit. Going back towards downtown now. So I'll be eventually back in the wind tunnels once we get surrounded by tall buildings again. Hey, Serge, hello. Yeah, the street looks a lot nicer now with all these improvements here. It took so long, though, for them to complete it. Hey, Bungee Skunk. And Picard. Tea, Earl Grey, hot. This guy didn't see me, I guess. This guy acts like he doesn't see me. It is very cold. It not only looks very cold, it is very cold. Not as cold as on Sunday, though, I have to say. Sunday was worse. I'm almost at 2 hours now here, but by 2 hours into the stream on Sunday, my phone was dying, my gimbal was dying, everything was dying. So far my phone is still at 75% tonight, and my gimbal is not dying yet. I'm good for another hour. Yeah, I don't know if I'll go another hour though. I'm thinking another half an hour. Actually feels like the situation is not as bad right now. It sort of died off a bit. Right, Vivian? Harvard Collegiate. We got multiple Colleens in the chat here. That's right, but I'm heading back towards them, Richard. I'll be back in the wind tunnels again. Maybe I'll see if I can get back to where I began the stream. Back to College Park, because right there are some public bathrooms. I'm not sure how late they're open though. They might not be open after 9. That might not work. Oh well, that's close enough to home anyway. I can easily make it the rest of the way home. Yeah, I've yet to go to the George Street Diner, even though I live close to there. What did I do before the stream? Not much, I just was at home. So east on Harbord Street. Kind of quiet right now here, right? Not too much going on. Not too many people, not even too many cars either. It's a bit sleepy around here. This is like a quieter street. You have Bloor to the north, which is much busier, and you have College to the south, which is also much busier. This is sort of like the quieter alternative to both of those streets. Hey, have a good night, Rebecca. I'll see you in the next one or in the premiere tomorrow evening. Craft dinner is what Canadians call macaroni and cheese. You know, it comes in a box. And here it's made by Kraft, so it has a big Kraft label on it. Everyone just calls it Kraft dinner. I've never was a fan myself. I never ate Kraft dinner. Hey, Mr. Adams Apple, hello. There's a Krispy Kreme. Here's another big high school here, Central Tech. And hello, Stanley and Baby Grinch. Got pizza places on each corner. Pizza Nova and Pizza Gigi. One's a chain and one isn't a chain. Hey, Queen Victoria, hello. Yeah, me too, Carlos. As soon as I see that place, that jingle pops into my head. I guess that works for them, right? Harbord Village here. Yeah, what's the snow situation in North Bay, Brad? Is there a lot of snow on the ground? And now you're getting more? Hello, Ada Bosses. What street am I on? I am on Harbord Street. Hello, Kaylee Hughes. Yeah, all of our snow has melted away here too. We're getting some flurries right now though, but that's not gonna accumulate or anything. Am I going to go see April Wine and Triumph in Hamilton? Probably not, but I hope everyone who does go has a good time. Two classic Canadian bands. I think they had a few sort of hit songs, at least in the States, right, Scott? But they never really blew up as a major band that everyone knew, like a household name or anything like that in the States, right? They're definitely a household name in Canada, or they were in their heyday. But I think they're kind of like Loverboy, whereas they were really famous in Canada, and they had a few hits in the States, but that's about it. Hey, Algernon Templeton, hello. Harbored Convenience. Oh, she calls her friend Muffin. That's cute. Bye, Muffin. Yeah, everybody's working for the weekend by Loverboy. That might be their most well-known song, I think. Turn Me Loose is also another big song they had. And The Kid is Hot Tonight. Yeah, the wind is not so bad now walking along here. A nice little area here in Harbour Village, kind of near University of Toronto. It's actually just right up ahead here. Got an awesome bookstore here. Science fiction and fantasy books. Hey, my phone is at 69% battery right now. Nice. What time is it here? It's 9:11 p.m. Crossing Spadina. You can see the tower down there. Or sorry, 9:15, right. I've been streaming for... I was streaming for 2 hours and 11 minutes, but I started my stream a bit late, so... I meant to start my stream right at 7, but I realized I started it a bit after 7, so... It's a bit later than I thought it was there. Still got some little flurries coming down, going back towards downtown. Should post my radio interviews, yeah. There's a link to the SoundCloud, I think, where you can listen to my radio interviews with Toronto's doo-wop music guy. If you go to the station, the radio station online, I think there's links to their past programs where you can listen. Is it 91X Alternative Radio in Belleville? 91X FM, Belleville Alternative Radio. And the show is called Quinty on the Groove. That's the show. And then I think there are links where you can listen to past episodes of Quinty on the Groove. And they'll have them labeled with who the guest was, so you'll see my name, Ken. Hey, Giles, hello. Do I have any television interview? A few years ago, I was interviewed on CBC Toronto News on TV. I don't think you can find that anywhere online though. That was like, you know, a few years back. I doubt there's anywhere online where that is still available. I do have it though, saved, recorded on my DVR. Right, crossing St. George. And then excerpts from that TV interview were aired on CBC Radio also on the same day, I think throughout the day. They played segments of my interview on CBC Radio. That was my only sort of major media exposure on a major network type thing. Hello, Jennifer. Hey, there's the tower. Get to it. Get to the tower. Sky Tower. Yeah, you can't see that from here. It's not quite tall enough to be visible from here. It would be right down there if we were to see it, though. Actually, you can see it. I was wrong. You can see the crane of Sky Tower. See that green crane there? That's the top of Sky Tower right there. You can see it. What do you know? It is tall enough. And it's going to get a little bit taller, so you'll see it even more once it's topped out. Man, you can see that thing from all over the place now. Richard, yep, that has happened. I think 3 times that I can remember. Including while I was live streaming. And there's the other super tall over there, One Bloor West. That one's topped out now. Sky Tower isn't topped out yet, but that one is. It's considered good luck. Yeah, that's what someone told me.
Everything's a family trip. Every time the excuse is it's a family trip. It's a family trip. Every time it's single week to myself.
Yeah, when you're at U of T, it's really awesome. You have the old historic, you know, Hogwarts kind of buildings here. And then you have the skyline with all its massive towers just as a backdrop. It's really neat. Yeah, Trinity College, that's right. I just like to bring up Harry Potter references when I'm walking around U of T because that's what it reminds me of. Is that right, Tiana? Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, little kitty. Cut through Queen's Park. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. Hey, crikey, I'm still at it. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Well, we're back downtown. Hey, Rick, hello. Looks like fall again here with all the leaves blowing around. I mean, it still is fall, that's right. So it just hasn't looked like fall in a while with the wintry weather we've been having, but it finally looks like fall again. We'll see, Rick. If it amounts to any significant snowfall, maybe. If it's just like a flurries or a dusting, which is most likely what we'll see here in downtown Toronto, I probably won't bother. If it turns out to be a significant snowfall, then maybe. I'm not expecting to see much downtown here anyway. nice blue tree. There's another library here. John M. Kelly Library. If you don't want to go to the big Robarts Turkey Library, you can come to this library on the U of T campus. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Hey, you must be joking. $5 super chat. Thank you very kindly. Thank you very much. You must be joking. Much appreciated. I'll put that towards the no, what can I use that I don't have? I have hot chocolate. I have root beer. The yogurt fund. There we go. I'll put that towards the yogurt fund. I think I'm getting low on yogurt. Some neat views here. Approach Bay Street. I don't need cereal thanks to you, Vivian. I'm all stocked up on Vector for the time being. Vivian sent me 2 big boxes of Vector. Alright, we're crossing Bay. I won't go down Bay because we walked up Bay earlier, right? Hey, it's another Pizza Nova. And the jingle is in my head again.
내가 처음에는
Yeah, the wind was blowing crazy because guess what? We're back in the tall building area here. We get the wind tunnel effect again. Oh joy. Now my gimbal has the red battery indicator on, meaning that it's losing battery life now, or it's near the end of its battery life. Took a bit longer this time, at least. Over 2.5 hours. Alright, turned onto Yonge Street. What we got here? Interesting. What's my steps record while I've been doing the YouTubing and the live streaming? Somewhere north of 30,000, I think. 30-something thousand for just a day of walking around. I've walked longer though without YouTube in the past. Before my YouTube days, I've taken much longer walks than that. When I didn't have to try to stream or record.
I see it.
Yeah, and I've done the 30,000 thing a bunch of times. It's a more typical step count, though, for me would be 15 to 20,000 on a more average day, I guess you could say. But 20 to 25,000 is fairly common also. I do that, you know, fairly regularly, I would say. Right, downtown Yonge. Thank you, Vivian. That's right. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things, hit all the buttons. Hit the notification bell if you do subscribe. Catch future streams. I stream around 3 times a week. And I post pre-recorded videos on all the other days of the week. definitely windy here. Yep. We're definitely back downtown. The wind is doing its thing again. Cross, let me cross. Let me cross. I will cross. Yeah, we pretty much went in a big circle because we're almost back at College Park again. it's just right up ahead. Although it wasn't really a circle that we walked, it was a kind of a long route going west for a long time. And then south for a while, and then east for a long time. Another McDonald's, that's right. And I was just eyeing it thinking, I wonder if I could use the bathroom there. But I'm so close to home, I might as well just wait.
What do you guys think about pizza? Pizza. Oh, where is it?
I've waited this long, I can wait a bit longer. Hey, old rot gut, hello. New Year's Eve recommendations. Well, you can watch my live stream because I'll be live streaming the fireworks on New Year's Eve, as I do every year. I don't really do much else, really. I just do that. But it's usually the biggest stream of the year for me, or one of the biggest anyway. Might get a few thousand people watching when I stream the fireworks on New Year's Eve. And then in the replays, it can go up into the tens of thousands. So definitely the contender of biggest stream of the year. There's College Park again. Hello, best friends. How you doing? All right. Let's go this way along Carlton. Homeward bound. Oh, I will, Tiana, when I'm home. I'm almost home. Have a good night, William. You always watch the replays? Thank you. What's playing at the Carlton Cinema right now? Any good $5 movies? Five Nights at Freddy's. Gremlins. They're playing Gremlins. That's an awesome movie to watch at Christmas time. I consider it a Christmas movie. Batman Returns. Elf is playing. Another good Christmas movie. Yeah, $5 movies here at the Carlton Cinema. I don't think I saw Elf or Gremlins in the theater, you know? Oops, my phone has suddenly dropped in battery life. Took a big drop here. Hey, you're welcome, Jillian. Yeah, I might have to wrap up the stream momentarily here. My phone is suddenly dying on me. It was doing good just until a few minutes ago. Have a good night, Vivian. I think I'm wrapping up anyway. My gimbal and my phone have dictated to me that the stream must end. So it looks like I have to listen here. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm almost back home. I can finally take care of business I've been holding for the last hour plus here. But I hope you had a good time tonight, Friday night, as I walked around in the bitter cold with the wind and the flurries and all that good wintry stuff, even though it's still fall. So hope to see you in my next stream in a few days. So keep an eye out for that. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already done all that stuff. You know the drill. I'll be premiering a video tomorrow evening on my channel, a pre-recorded video. Around 7 p.m. I think. It's a longer video. So I think around 7 p.m. that'll be a Christmas themed video. There'll be a live chat during that, even though it's a pre-recorded video, but I'll be in the chat, so hope to see you there for that. And right at the buzzer, Leo Chung, a $2 super chat just to end it off. Thank you, Leo. Much appreciated, Leo Chung. And thank you to everyone else who sent all the awesome support tonight with the super chats, super stickers, or any PayPal donations. It is so much appreciated. Huge thanks to all of you for supporting. Thanks to the mods, Alan K and Vivian, and everyone for watching. Thanks to the channel members as well. Right, thank you again, Leo, and everyone else. I'll see you all again in the next one, because I will continue, right? My face is frozen. My phone is frozen. My gimbal is frozen. So I guess that's it. All right, have a good night, all. I'll see you all in the next one.